Hey guys, we're trying out some new technology today, so hopefully I've done this correctly. We're gonna see. Bear with me. Good morning or good afternoon. It's sort of not quite afternoon yet. Hey Josh, if I go up just a little bit to my left, like that way? Oh, I see what you're saying. Like that way. Or maybe I need to reposition. No. That's the wrong way. To the right, to the right, to the right. That's better, right? Okay. Let me see. Hey, Jackie, I see you in the chat. I'm trying to get this all. Okay. So there we go. And I'm going to share this out. Give me one moment. How are you guys? Good morning. Sorry I was late. I was trying to figure out this new system, and it's posting now. You'll see why there's that split screen in the bottom. It's posting now, but only to certain places, and then I need to go about posting it elsewhere. And I need you guys to like, share, follow, comment, subscribe, do all of that good stuff so that we can get this video out there. The reason why Buddha's in the small screen down here, wait, wrong side, I'm all turned around. Buddha's here because he's going to hold the cards. I'm going to show you the cards as I pull them. They'll be propped up there. Let me get the Archangel Michael out of there. I'm going to find some sort of a better backdrop or something, but right now I just think I'll put it in Buddha's lap and let Buddha show you the card every day for the week. We're doing, today it's Sunday, so we're doing our three card pull. And the way that this works is we kind of have a joke. I'm the spiritual meteorologist, or the energetic meteorologist. On Sundays, I pull three cards for the week to kind of give us an idea of what might be going on for us during the week. Each card represents like maybe a day or two during the week. So some of us, since there's so many people watching the group or watching the. Good morning in Delaware. Hey, Melinda. Hey, Leslie Ann. Since there's so many people watching the post, the intention when I shuffle the cards is to have these cards represent, the general energies that we'll all be kind of facing throughout the week. But some of us will be different than others, right? Like, so some of us might go through the first card only in one day, where others might take 3 days of being in that energy. So it's not like, there's room to move, if that makes sense, okay? So I hope that does make sense, and you understand that. Sorry, I'm still kind of looking and posting just to make sure that this goes out to the places it needs to go. I am available also for personal readings that I do online via either Facebook video or over the phone. I'm located in Mexico, but I can dial the US and Canada. Readings usually take anywhere from a half an hour to an hour. And when we do that, what you do is you send payment to PayPal. which the PayPal stuff should be in the description of the videos. If not, Ducky will add that. Please, Ducky. And the PayPal information is definitely available on the business page. You would then do that. Sorry, guys, I'm a little preoccupied. You would do that, and then let me see. How is this going to work? Okay, I don't need to pay attention to that. All right, so let me see. Can I? Let me see, and I can go live from here. All right, so you can do that by using the PayPal link, and I'm also going to go live on this screen too from my personal page just to alert those people. But I've already shared to groups from the business page. So if you guys can also share to groups where it's appreciated, I would appreciate that. But basically, I do personal readings. You can book them through PayPal. All that information is findable on the business page, which this is where this is posted from. Or you can ask Ducky. She's one of my moderators. Nancy's a moderator. Michelle Seward is a moderator. They would have all that information for you. Good morning. Good afternoon, Kim Klein. Hey, Nancy, how are you? So you guys, on YouTube and on the business page now, we have a new format, a new technological format. So the idea was, I was having technical difficulties this morning. At first, my internet wanted to go out on me, of course, because that's just how it goes, because I get nervous about internet stuff. A friend of mine, Josh, he came over and he hooked it up so that I'm on a newer site that allows me to not only post to my business page on Facebook, but it also co-posts at the same time at YouTube. So I'm still learning how all of that works, because then I'm going to have to go back to YouTube and re-edit and stuff like that. But it just, hopefully this will make it easier. And I'm also going now out onto Twitch network, which I thought was originally a gaming network, because I video game and I have an account there. But he says that people do card readings there too. So for those of you that might be watching on Twitch, I am Marlene Munoz, you're asking, will you be doing Twitch soon? I should be on Twitch, I believe. It's supposed to be hooked up on Twitch. So hopefully that is working. I don't know. I wouldn't even know how to check my videos on Twitch yet. I might need Josh to come back and show me how to do that. But I didn't, we'll see. So it's supposed to be going out now from this camera here in front of me to Twitch, to Facebook on my business page, and to YouTube all at once. And from here, this is just from my personal page, but I'm also sharing my business page to the groups that I belong to that it's okay to share at. So that's a lot of information. It's a Sunday, and I think I've got you guys all up to date. We'll see. Let's see what's going on this week, okay? So give me one moment. I'm going to scoot back over so I can I'm not shuffling the cards right on the keyboard. But let me attach the moment to the energy for this week. So we're just ground here for a minute. Okay, so we're looking for the energy for this coming week, starting Sunday, May 19th, which is today, heading all the way to Saturday, the 25th. As I said, these three cards, some may represent for only one day, some may represent for 3 or 4 days of the week, but this is the overall view of kind of what we may be dealing with this week. So let me shuffle for that. And while I'm shuffling, you guys can like, share, follow, subscribe, post. Okay, so I'm gonna say this. Feels like this week, maybe starting today, possibly tomorrow, if the energy feels a little sluggish or slow moving, right? which is fine. That's normal for, Sunday, Monday, kind of gearing up, getting ready, trying to get our asses in gear, right? That feels fine and normal. But then there's like this crunch that happens midweek. I'm not exactly sure, but when the cards shuffled on the second shuffle, they sort of stopped. They didn't even want to go together. And I thought, what, sis? And the thing I think I got was like, some of us are going to have something pop up around Wednesday. That's going to be like, oh shit. It's not the end of the world, but it's going to be like a surprise of some sort. Something that maybe at first seems difficult or annoying or in our way, but just roll with it. We'll get through it and it'll be fine. And then the third shuffle told me like the end of the week will sort of like end out kind of okay, right? I don't care about Walmart rewards. I hate it when my Surface gives me notifications about Best Western rewards now. Like, who the fuck cares? Pardon my language. I am a spiritual person. I just swear like a trucker. Anyways, so don't be surprised if midweek, if some of us, this doesn't mean all of us, but if some of us are having a moment or whatever by midweek, that's definitely possibly coming for us. All right, so let's look at the beginning card for the beginning start of the week. So I'm going to place this in Buddha's lap so you guys can see it on YouTube. This is, let me see here. Let me see. I gotta work my camera angles a little bit better, guys. All right. So this here, pardon my fingers. There we go. This is the Three of Crystals, which is creativity. And what I want to say about this card is it looks like we're going to need to, crystals deals with the mind, right? So we're going to need to think creatively, obviously, right? Because it's creativity. But I feel like, and with that sluggishness that I was feeling in the shuffle, I feel like, we might have a little bit of trouble with our get up and go over the next day or two, maybe 3, depending on how slow moving we actually are. But this card says to me, and the reason why I'm looking at it this way, I'll sort of explain it to you, and this is why I'm showing you the card, is like sort of, you have all of this stuff down here in the bottom. It's sort of the slog. It's like the stuff in our mind that we're kind of like dealing with all the time, constantly like sort of thinking about, constantly sort of mulling over, worrying about, trying to fix. Creativity, this card, thinking creatively or maybe outside of the box this week would be beneficial for us in the early part of the week to help open us up. And this is where I get the opened up thing, where we're seeing the horizon here, and lead us this like crystal here, this like sort of, it looks like a shot glass to me. So maybe have a drink early this week, I don't know. But it looks a bit like a shot glass. But to me, that's like sort of the idea crystallizing or becoming real, and the horizon opening up, and us having this sort of like aha moment of, oh, okay, I don't have to be caught up in all of the sort of slow thinking, worrying, heavier energy that sort of maybe weighs me down in the early part of this week, that maybe like confuses me or makes me, good morning, Jen, that makes me feel like I don't even, want to deal with the world or get out of bed. So to me, this is a good card. It feels like a card where, again, there's been a lot of our stuff has been about focusing on the mind, right? And it really is kind of stuff that I'm learning, all the time in class and in life, that like, our mind really is the creator of our universe and how we perceive reality. And so using this card in the early part of the week to think creatively, to get outside of the box, to get outside of our like sort of the tapes that run in our head that might weigh us down, that might play heavy in our minds, that might make us worry, that's going to open us up and help us to see broader horizons, bigger solutions, feel lighter, feel better, feel more at ease. Okay, so keep that in mind for the early part of this week, starting today. Three of Crystals, creativity, right? Let me just write this down because I always refer back throughout the week. So like creatively think about, other options. If you find yourself in a pattern, or thinking about the same things over and over again, or mulling about the same things over and over again, stop. Get yourself out of that box. Pull yourself up out of that normal behavior and try something different. That's what this card is about. Mentally, try something different. Think about it in a different way. Step out and get a different perspective. But I am going to say this. You don't need anybody else's perspective. That's, you can open yourself up to that, but you don't have to do that. Marlene, I don't know. If you could check and see if I'm on Twitch, that'd be amazing. And let me know if it's running on Twitch properly. I don't even know what my Twitch. I think my Twitch tag is Neptune's Wake. But that's my gamer tag on both PSN and Xbox. So, and it's also kind of what I had on YouTube. All right, so that's our first part of the week. So for some of us, like I said, that is going to be maybe the first day. It could be just today, thinking creatively to start our week off. It could be, for some of us, today, tomorrow, Tuesday. But think outside of the box, and be aware of your thoughts and where you're going with them is really key here. And then when you start to feel yourself feeling heavy, when you start to feel yourself feeling like down, and this is as much information for me as it is for you guys, like raise your vibration, bring it up and raise your thought patterns, think creatively and get to this horizon here and open up and see the goal and see that it's attainable. Okay? So let's pull that down. I hope you guys like this new format. I don't know. We'll see. Say hello to Buddha again. So our next card, very interesting, is the Four of Worlds. Let me just write this down really quick. Now, Worlds deals with... sorry, I'm writing and trying to think and stay grounded at the same time. Oh, that Buddha, please. Okay. Worlds is the suit that's similar in other decks as pentacles, right? It deals with money, finances, career, material goods, things on the material plane, like the owning, home, that sort of stuff. So this card is commencement. And to me, this is a really cool card because when we're talking about in the beginning of the week, right, we've got this creativity card where we're getting our mind thinking outside of the box, thinking new thought, almost like training our brain or training our thoughts, like when we feel ourselves getting sluggish or going down into old ways of thinking. This is telling us, if we're actually practicing that thinking outside of the box and thinking creatively and looking at the broader picture, the bigger horizon, and making the things that we want attainable, this commencement card here says to me that things will start to begin midweek to push forward towards whatever it is that we've been thinking about with that creative mindset, right? So this, we start to see that horizon, we start to see that path open up, we start to think in that way, and we start to get excited about it. Well, this is the movement forward. This is the actual physical sort of manifestation of that mental shift that we have, right, in the early part of the week. And remember, I said, Wednesday, there might be something that kind of bumps into our path or is very physical or kind of stops us, knocks some of us back. Now that may happen for some of us, not everybody, but this might be some of that energy because this is a very strong card. If you look at it, and it's going to get kind of graphic, but I'm going to tell you anyways, it's a very masculine card, as I feel. Commencement is about getting out there, starting it, doing it, like hunter-gatherer. The men were the hunters, women were the gatherers, that sort of a thing. This is sort of the hunter card, right? In a way, it's the commencement. I'm going to go out there, I'm going to begin this adventure. This could be the commencement of a new job, the commencement of a new idea, the commencement of a new relationship, but it's whatever it is, we're sort of putting our blinders on and going after it. And the reason why I say it's very masculine is if you look at these two planets here, which I believe, to me, they represent as Jupiter, which Jupiter is the planet of luck and good blessings, right? But it looks like Jupiter twice, and then you have this leaf here. And to me, it always looks like a set of, a dick and balls. It looks like, a set, like a male genitals, let's say. Let's just be proper about this, right? So to me, but that's what you need when you're actively going after, say, something that you really want. You need to be almost a little bit aggressive and masculine in your pursuit of it, right? That's why even in social, oh, my nose is itching, spirits nearby. Even in social constructs and in social, in how we're taught socially, the man pursues the woman, right? The man goes out there and gets it and takes it and he brings it home, right? And so That's what's going on with this card to me. Is about like maybe getting a little bit more masculine in our energy, a little bit more assertive. Assertive is a really good word. And by midweek, you know, some of this could be as early as Tuesday for you, Wednesday, Thursday. You're going to start to roll forward and push forward for what it is that you do want, and kind of not be willing to take no for an answer, to be assertive, to be strong in what it is you want, and to start to begin that process to move forward. This could also be the process of, you know, with that first card, that creative thinking card, really starting to like put that into place and keep that kind of like commencing that as being your new way of being, right? But it's going to lead to the beginnings of new things. And I also feel like, too, I'm looking at this little ram, so be careful about being stubborn or hard-headed. That ram also might be that Wednesday bump that I felt like is going to happen. And I don't know why I keep thinking it's Wednesday, but if y'all experience something comes out of left field on a Wednesday this week for you, please message me and let me know, because I want to know. Because I keep feeling like Wednesday, some of us are going to be like, what the fuck was that? Like, where did that come from? It's not a bad thing, but that's some of that ram energy I feel like in this card. Like we might have to like bang our head against something to kind of get it to move forward. And it could be a little painful, if that makes sense. But it's all for the good. It's all for moving forward. And if we've got that creative mind thought out, you know, that new thinking, that if we're looking towards the goal and focusing on the goal rather than what's bothering us or getting in the way of our goal, we're going to be able to use this card to move forward in a much more like sort of quick, secure way. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense, guys. All right, so that's midweek. Now, for our last card, and this is usually to end out the week. Interesting. Okay, so we've got the Eight of Crystals. Again, we're back in our heads. And this is synthesis. There's a little glare on that card today. How can we do that? Okay, now, let me write this down. Eight of Crystals. We're back in our head a little bit. But what I like about this, let me see. Synthesis. And I said this too in the shuffle, by the end of the week, things will be fine and sort of back to normal. This synthesis card to me says the same thing. It's about finding our balance and our groove again, right? So I feel like in the beginning, we need to get up out of our like sort of lower vibrational thoughts, our sort of old tapes. At the beginning of this week, the things that are slowing us down, or the, I don't want to deal with this kind of moments. Think bigger, think broader, think more positively, raise your vibration, feel better about things. New things will open up, new doors will open up, new paths, new ideas, creativity. We then move forward into commencement, right, by midweek, where we actually get a little bit assertive, a little bit more aggressive, but in a good way, about pursuing some new avenues and these new paths that have opened up. This synthesis card here says to me, by week's end, we're balancing that. We're actually like acclimating it or synthesizing it to how we continue on, right? How we sort of, you know, maybe the commencement that happens in the midweek and the push there, the headbang, the thing that I was talking about that kind of maybe shocks us a little bit, but still pushes us forward. This is going to be this is going to be where that kind of, our awareness may open up and we go, oh wow, it really is about what I put my attention on. It really is about what I think about and how I focus and where I focus. And am I focusing positively or am I focusing negatively? And this card, the way that I look at it is, if you look at it, there's like all of these like these crystals and stuff, right? And they look like radio signals to me. Like I would turn the dial to pick up the frequency, but it's also tilted here, right? And to me, this is usually a card that when it comes up, it represents a sort of like almost wonky communication. But to me, this feels more today, for like this week, and for those of you that are watching, this feels more like This is about assimilating some of our awareness around our thoughts, around how our mind works, around what we choose to focus on, and really finding that balance, like sort of trying to balance out these crystals and get it to that place that works for us by week's end, right? Because whatever is in this commencement card, whatever these new ideas are that we're just going to start to pursue, it's going to be important because we want to be balanced in our mind so that we are producing the results that we desire, right? In this, whatever this endeavor is coming out of this commencement. And it's interesting too, because we just had this full moon in Scorpio, which was all about sort of like, you know, manifesting your desires. And Scorpio energy, you know, I'm not like necessarily a full-on astrologist. I know a little bit here and there. But Scorpio energy to me is all about sex, death, and regeneration, which is big stuff, right? And Scorpio, like that kind of stuff means like, you know, the dying off of something. Okay, how do I want to explain this? Sex, death, regeneration. From sex comes life, right? Birth. Death is something that we all face. So that's a full cycle. And regeneration is kind of like also birth too. So it's like this sort of full circle moment, right? So to me, when I look at these three cards together and I think about the Scorpio full moon, it makes me think about the fact that some of our limiting beliefs and thoughts are going to have to be let go of maybe this week for us to be able to move forward in pursuing the things that we really want to do and that we really want to have commence and happen. And we're going to have to start to believe in ourselves in such a way that we can be assertive enough and focused enough, but not be so stubborn to pursue it in a way that our belief system is really super strong, right? This synthesis card at the end of the week is about adopting that and really transmuting that and making that our regular way of thinking and adopting that sort of ideology or being really aware of, oh wow, wait a second, I'm not looking at the right thing here. I'm not looking at it in the right way. I'm looking at it as if it's not going to happen. I'm setting it further away from me than bringing it closer. Do you see what I'm saying? This, to me, this card at the end of the week is the fine tuning. Like I said, that radio, remember there's like those dials on there. This is us fine tuning our minds and going like, that's that trick that I play on myself. That's that mind place that I put myself in that limits me or brings me down or doesn't quite get me where I want to be. And this commencement card midweek is all about getting clear and wanting to be elsewhere, wanting to pursue that we really, really want, right? So this synthesis card to me is about fine-tuning that, evening it out, and really making it work for you by the end of the week. And like I said, with the shuffle, everything will go back to normal by the end of the week. This commencement might, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be a shocker or a headbutt that comes out of the midweek. It could just be the beginning of something new, a new idea where you're like, ooh, I really want to do this and let's get it going. That could be the wake-up call. But whatever it is going to be a wake-up call. It could be either positive or negative. If you do have a wake-up call this Wednesday or Tuesday or Thursday, send me a message or comment on the YouTube page and say, bitch, you were right, because come like this such and such day, this is what happened, this is how I felt. Oh, look, my hair's all wackadoo. This is how I felt. I started to, you know, I want this and I'm going after it and it happened, you know. I would love to hear those stories. I know other people would love to read them too. There is the Facebook group. Share those stories in the Facebook group because that also gives other people validation to notice their stuff and when their changes are happening and what their minds are doing for themselves. There's a great quote that I'm going to totally screw up. It's one of my all-time favorite quotes, and I don't have it here with me in Mexico, but I always have it hanging on my wall in my house in Texas. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Can I? Let me see. One moment. Okay, hold on, guys, hold on. I don't normally do this, but we're going to see if I can find it. Hold on, it's right here. Sorry, guys. So what I was talking about is sharing these stories, right? And what it says here to me is as we share these stories, right, we allow other people to like sort of compare their stories to our own. And it opens them up to where their minds are working or not working for them. But there's a thing about, that's not, I wish I was better. Oh, maybe is it Marianne Wilson? It's Marianne, I think it's by Marianne Williamson, but it's also taken excerpt from Nelson Mandela. And here it is. I'm going to read it to you. Hopefully you guys are still watching. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So, that, and I think the end part of that is from Nelson Mandela, the part where it says, and as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. To me, that is like beautiful. So if anything comes up that matches this read for you this week, get into the group, join the Facebook group so you can be alerted when I go live, or the business page, follow the business page, share your stories, share what happens to you this week. Let me know if these cards were correct. Oh, I'm getting like, I feel like tingles right here on the back of my head. One of you is reaching out to me, or it's spirit, but something is going like, but share it, you know, like if you find yourself in your mind and your thoughts are down or low, and you actually consciously make the decision to sort of raise your vibration and change your thoughts and change your focus and change your attention, you know, if you notice a shift, get on the Facebook group and share it. Because you don't know, you might actually be teaching somebody else just in your own process and sharing that with them. By sharing that with them, you might be teaching them. And you're shining, you're liberating, you know, you're shining your light and your truth, and thus in turn allowing others to shine their light and live in their truth. And I think that's why we're all here, is to help each other do that. And so I hope that you guys have a great week. I'm sorry I was so late. I'm sorry that this is such a long-winded video. But I was a little bit excited about the new technology. And hopefully, as I get better at this, this will get easier. And one day, I might actually even make it over to Instagram. We'll see. All right, you guys. I hope you're well. Hey, Nate. Hey, Ed. Hey, Tony. Hey, Becca. Hey, Donnie. Oh, my God. These are like all people I super love and I don't see. Hey, Julie. Hey, Karen. Good morning. Good morning. So you guys, hey, Kelly. I have done, hey, Alan. Oh, wow. A bunch of people checked in. I have done the, yeah, shout out to Josh from Ducky. Thank you. Shout out to Ducky for all that she does. Because I was like messaging Ducky this morning going, the internet is down. What do I do? Fuck. And she was like, just breathe. Just I feel like, you know, I love doing this stuff, but it makes me fucking nervous. Like, I have to say it. I swear like a trucker. I'm sorry, but there is a vulnerability to putting yourself out online to the world. You know, there is it's a very, oh, get my face away from that box. Let's take down this card so we can just look at Buddha. Because Buddha reminds us to get centered. See that gold? Do you see that gold dot right in the center of Buddha's forehead? Let me see, how do I get this? That's the center of his head. That's where we all want to be. Not in the center of his head, but in the center of our own. So sometimes when I say I'm not centered, that's exactly the place where I'm not at. You know, when we ground and we center, that's what they're talking about, is centering here. Grounding your energy to the earth and centering yourself, your attention here. And that's really where we want our attention, not in the future, not in the past, because we can't affect those things fully. We can affect the future, but we affect it better from the center of our head in the present moment than we do worrying about it, what could be coming. So that's all this mind stuff that we're dealing with, all these mind cards. It's the universe telling us, okay, become conscious of your thoughts, become conscious of how you're utilizing them, be conscious of what you're focusing on and where you're putting your attention. Is it on you? Is it based in love? Is it based in its highest vibrational feeling? Or is it just set on, in worry or shame or sadness or depression, which those things are so easy for us to slip into. There's plenty of examples all over the world, all over the news, all over everywhere to make us want to go to that place. But if you really, really think about it, some of those examples and some of those things that we experience that are out there that are kind of horrifying to watch, that do upset us, are actually there probably to strengthen us, to probably teach us how to not focus on them, how to not get sucked into them, how to stay higher vibration. And I think that if we actually did that collectively as a human race, some of these more negative things would actually fall away. And they would stop happening because there's just no room for that vibration anymore, because we're not giving it the attention anymore. Does that make sense? I don't know. Maybe I just sound like a total hippie and I should go hug a tree. And it's Sunday and trees need love too. We all do. All living creatures need love. All right. I sound crazy today, but I'm happy about the new technology. Thank you so much, Ducky. Thank you so much, Josh, for coming over. Now I got to figure out how I go and edit all of this stuff and where it actually posted and where it didn't. Amber Sadler says, ugh, I'm always slow moving. I don't need more help in that area. Amber, that's a limiting thought, okay? So our first card of this week was that creativity card. Remember when I said that sluggishness is going to get you? You need to pull yourself up out of that. Don't buy that, girl. Stop running that tape in your head. Even a little bit, even for 5 minutes a day or 10 minutes a day, get centered like Buddha. Get in here and go, okay, am I really slow moving and sluggish? Or is that just what I've created for myself because it's easier than actually putting myself out there and taking the attempt to pursue it, to be responsible for it, to go after it, right? Because you're not sluggish and slow moving, dear. Maybe you might move in slower time than others, but that's completely okay. And the quicker you get into acceptance around that, and the quicker you find like love for that, the better it gets for you. I promise. I totally promise. It's Nancy Mowbray says, it's nice to see the card throughout the description of the read. I hope so. I need to find, Ducky and I discussed it last night about, Leslie Ben says, you're not crazy. Thank you, Leslie. I know I'm not crazy. I'm feeling good, guys. And it's funny, when I'm feeling good, my energy goes up and my mind is, I almost can't keep up with what's running through my mind and what I want to share. And so that's why I say I sound like I'm crazy, because I feel like I'm going so fast that I can't even keep up with myself sometimes. And in the background right now, the music's going like, I'm feeling so drunk and high. And it's funny because it's perfect timing, because I do feel like high on life and good. I love the new technology. I need to find maybe a better backdrop. I love that Buddha holds the cards, but I think that it might be better if it's just Ducky and I were talking about it just being a blank canvas, so that it's just the card that you see. Maybe I'll have to go get like a card holder or a piece of wood or something so you can just look at it. And Josh talked to me about the idea of getting a different camera altogether and a microphone so that I could have the camera face up on the cards down low on the table, like say during readings, like during card pull nights, you know, like on pop-up nights and stuff. So you can look at your card while I talk on the screen. And so we're going to work with this stuff. Thank God for Josh. Josh is, between Ducky and Josh, none of this would be happening. So I'm really grateful to both of them. And, wait, what did you say? It's nice to see the cards. Hello, Buddha. I see it. That's what I saw too. Let's just be honest. I'm not sure what you saw, Nancy, but whatever. I'm not sure. I'm not keeping up. It shows, haven't you seen in a while, and you glow. Well, thank you, Leslie. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm just feeling good. I'm feeling happy. I'm really enjoying you guys. I'm enjoying doing these morning forecasts. Now with the new technology, I feel like I'm actually maybe making gains or strides with this technology stuff, because that's always been sort of the foreign part of this. It's not the reading part. I love doing the readings and I love connecting with the people. It's the oh my God, the internet's not working part that drives me a little bit weird. So, oh, thank you. You love the door? Yeah, it's actually double doors, if you can see that. It's an old Mexican house that I live in. I painted the door that color. Ever since I've gotten to Mexico, I've been obsessed with the color purple, and not the movie. But I do love the movie too. All right, so yeah, so that's it. And Decky and I are coming up with new ideas for different stuff to put in the group. Please invite your friends to the group if you think that they would enjoy it. Like, share, follow, subscribe. I am going to sign off and end the stream so that I can figure out how to edit it and make sure that it goes into the proper week's playlist on YouTube. Also, you guys, there's other videos from previous days and stuff that I don't know how much you guys would need to access them because the days have already transpired or passed, but I was thinking how interesting it would be if, like, say something significant happened like during the week, and then you go back and you say, you look at Tuesday's forecast and you're like, oh shit, he totally forecasted that. I happened to be tinkering around on YouTube last night and I saw one of my old videos, and I was wondering, like, how do I make these so that they're still viable after one-time use? You know, how do they still have value? But I'll figure that out. All right, so I'm going to sign off and go edit, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow morning for the card. And there will be a pop-up sometime this week, so keep an eye out for that. And have a great day, you guys. Again, please like, share, comment, subscribe. If any of these cards make sense throughout the week, or if you're experiencing something during the week and you go, oh my God, this is that creativity card, or this is that commencement card he was talking about, message me or comment on the video and let us know. Let's get the conversation started, because when we start to see these things and we start to focus our attention on these things, we start to also realize that the universe is conspiring with us. The universe is working with us. Spirit is working with us, right? And so when we start to focus and share these things, it's similar to this class that I'm going to. I'm not really allowed to go into depth about the class. One of the rules is to not talk about it. But I love this class, and it's definitely brought my energy up because it's being in a room full of like-minded people where we're sharing and we are enjoying and having a similar experience because we're all in the same class, yet we each experience it differently. And the healing and validation that we each give each other and get from each other just by being there and appreciating each other is fucking awesome. So we can create that also online through social media, you know, and that's what I would love to do with the group. I also need to get serious and set up like a description for the group and all of that, which maybe I'll work on that this week. All right, I've talked too much. I love you all. Thank you for tuning in. And also, let me know what you think of the new format. If you hate it, let me know that too. It's not going to bother me. I'm just excited. And if it's something that we don't like, we can discuss it, and I can, you know, pay for Josh to come back from Yalapa to help me to reconfigure it in a way that works for everyone. All right, if Josh is willing, we'll see. I think actually he went to Guadalajara, but he'll be back at some point. All right, love you guys. Have a great day. I'm gonna end this stream. Please like, share, follow, subscribe, let your friends know. I'm also available for private readings. I won't talk this fast or this much. When it's me just one-on-one with somebody, I'm much more grounded, heart-centered, and connected with just you as an individual. And I love those too. So if you're interested in that, that's available to you too. All right, take care and have a great week. Bye.